In my opinion, I believe Dave Dombrowski was trying to trade for Stephen Kwan, but at the end of the day, they probably wanted Andrew Painter. And here's a harsh reality I think I've come to the conclusion to. Major League Baseball does not value Justin Crawford, Aiden Miller, as much as Phillies fans do. I truly believe, I could be wrong, I think teams were calling the Phillies and saying, we'll do business if you give us Andrew Painter. That's all we want. That's all we care about. Crawford, Miller, whatever. They're nice with potential, but we don't see them at the same value as the guy we're giving up. It seems like the only prospect that other teams are itching to get after is, of course, Andrew Painter. Because remember, heading into this deadline, all things were pointing towards Dave Dombrowski going for it all. And he kind of did with Duran. But from an offensive perspective, not really. Harrison Bader's basically Austin Hayes 2.0, a little better, I would say. But I think most are at the conclusion that there isn't enough offensively. Honestly, I'm not too mad at the deadline. I'm still fuming, and I get more pissed thinking about the offseason. I mean, they just completely botched the offseason after a horrific end to the season. Overpaying Max Kepler, who shouldn't even be on the roster at this point. Letting guys go from the bullpen and then signing Jordan Romano, who's terrible, leaving the bullpen as one of the worst in the entire MLB. So they put themselves in a situation where they actually had to spend to get that game-changing bullpen arm. And then, of course, they weren't willing to let go of Andrew Painter to get a game changer offensively. I will say, here's my one gripe with all the outraged Philly fans. Most of them were saying Andrew Painter is untouchable. But you saw what the Padres did. I mean, they went full throttle. Giving up Leo DeVries, a top 5 prospect in all of baseball, to get the guy they wanted, the true game changer. I mean, it's pretty clear that the Phillies don't even really believe in Justin Crawford as of now, considering they've been rolling out guys in the outfield like Rojas and Max Kepler. And remember, Brandon Marsh to begin the year was just as bad as those guys. Thank goodness he came back around a bit. Along with that, Dave says he believes Justin Crawford is ready to play at the major league level, but he needs to play. And Dave says he is not sure they have the capability of having him play full time at this time. So Dave, you actually don't believe he can play. Just be real. Another major problem is guys you expected to take the next step, the young guys. I'm looking at you, Bryson Stott. He's turned into a complete dud. Alec Boehm gets all the slack, but at least that dude turned into an all-star at least for one season or one half season. And another issue is just overpaying dudes. We mentioned Max Kepler, but Nick Castellanos is in the same boat. He's good, he can come up clutch, but mostly I don't think he's good enough, and I think his role should be reduced. But the problem is they didn't fill out the roster enough around the edges to make sure he has a little less off his plate. And also, it seems like they can't flip any of those dudes for real value. Like, you can't trade Bryson Stott for someone, or Alec Boehm, or Nick Castellanos because of that huge contract. One of the saddest things I heard all day is Cody Clemens has 12 home runs on the year. That would be top 4 in the Phillies lineup. The direct anger is not at the trade deadline. It's at all the other mistakes, to be quite honest with you, because the Phillies are on the same track as they were last season. Last 50 games, 25-25. So as a fan, when you think of all of that, and you're like, the solution to the offensive issues is Harrison Bader, it starts to make more sense why people are upset. And honestly, I feel bad for Justin Crawford and Andrew Painter, because they're in a situation, once they get called up, oh my goodness, the expectations are going to be crazy. The pressure is going to be at an all-time high. It kind of feels like an unfair atmosphere, per se. Every bad game is going to be exaggerated. It's just going to happen like that because the Phillies are in win-now mode. It is what it is, and it's unfair to them, but it's just the reality of the situation. So hopefully they can live up to the Philly pressure. Let's end off with this post. Phillies didn't prepare for the insane brutality that is going to be the NL playoffs. Padres and Mets did. Dodgers already were ready and getting their guys back for it. Phillies find themselves in the Cubs-Brewers tier, which is fine, but they're going to need to win multiple brutal series, and they've got too many warts in that lineup to feel confident they can do it. I'll end it off with this, though. I'll say what I've learned about this Phillies team through this playoff era is they perform better when they are doubted. When they are front runners, it has not ended well. So hopefully the doubt gets them to the finish line, but we'll just have to wait and see. Let me know your thoughts below.